Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to Nate The Train up against Austin Lingo this weekend. Nate, really good to see you. You've had so many cancelled fights in the last couple of years. It's crazy. How pleased are you to see this one set, fingers crossed, and to be standing across from a game opponent, but one perhaps that, do you see yourself as levels above him? He hasn't got much UFC experience.
You could say that, but again, he's a grown man, and he's dedicated his life to this fight game. So, with that being said, he's an equal opponent as any opponent I've ever had.
He is on form. He's coming into this off back-to-back wins, in the UFC. So were you impressed with his last couple of performances? What are you expecting from him?
He's a good striker. He's got a good jab. He's got a good left hook, but he's a dog. But we're gonna figure out who the big dog is in there, and it's gonna happen real quick. I think in the first couple minutes, we're gonna see who's who and what's what.
Are you looking forward to striking with him?
Oh, for sure. I'm looking forward to striking with anybody in the division. It's a full out fight. We're gonna be in there. We're gonna be brawling. We're gonna be moving. It's probably gonna get bloody. But I wouldn't be surprised if I pitch a shutout.
How pleased have you been with your own work since you arrived in the UFC? I think you're a character. Do you think you've had a chance to establish yourself now?
It's been a journey for sure, man. We had a couple fights missed out. We lost a couple due to a couple different things, and these last couple feel like it's the real version of myself that the fans get to see, and I'm just looking to build on that.
What was it like when you first kind of arrived in the UFC from M1? Did it take some time to figure out the level and to establish yourself?
No, I think it was more like I built it up in my mind, but then when I got here, it kind of felt small. Like I was used to fighting in the Olympic Stadium in Moscow, Russia, and then my first fight was in Raleigh, North Carolina. So it was like, it didn't feel big, but now it's starting to feel it. I'm starting to be higher on the card. The crowd is there. COVID's over. We got the fans. Nate the Train. And it's gonna be a Nate the Train style shit.
To be from you from Tennessee?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tennessee.
yeah. So to be from Tennessee and then finding yourself fighting out in Russia, like that is not the usual journey to the UFC. How did you find yourself on that path?
Yeah, man, it's a special journey, man. Nobody in the UFC can say that they did what I did, how that I did it, man. And I'm just gonna keep on doing things my way. And the fans are going to be in for a lovely treat come Saturday. And I'm gonna be getting my hand raised. And yeah, I came to the UFC to hit the backflip off the top of the cage and to get into the video game. So let's do it.
How did you find yourself out in Russia? How did that come about?
Oh man, they called me. I came and I prevailed, man. I got the chance. They gave me a chance. I took the opportunity. I seized the moment. They kept me around. I became the champion.
How do you feel about it now? Like, is that place gonna always, in a way, have a place in your heart? I mean,
Oh,
that it made you a world champion.
I love them for sure. And it's crazy because everybody from M1 who's crossed over to the UFC is doing really, really well. All our champions crossed over and did just phenomenal.
Did you pick up any Russian when you were over there?
A little bit, but if you when you're not in the mode, you forget it real quick too, though. I know Dodd. Yeah. Dodd. Yeah.
Did you, in a lot of ways, I think in MMA, some people they see a Russian fighter and those guys are scary. Do you think you have an advantage over everyone else now? Do you know the secret key to beating those guys?
Oh man, I heard they over there dressing up as me on Halloween, man. I'm the boogeyman over there, you know what I mean? But nah, man, the thing about being human is nobody's indestructible, and that's how, if you can get God, I'm gonna be the one to get you.
The Alex Caceres fight. Any regrets that one fell out for you because that would have gotten you into the
It
top
drives me,
15?
man. It makes me mad, you know what I mean? I was supposed to leave Saturday night being number 15 in the world, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna make the mission the mission. I'm gonna make a statement.
Have you got a plan in your mind to get where you want to go about how you're going to get there? Because yeah, like you say, that would have put you for top 15.
Yeah, show up, make weight, swing, win, get on the mic. They say when I get on the mic, at least two, three women get pregnant. Man, my post fight interviews is too much. You know what I mean?
Have you got a name in your crosshairs for when you beat Austin Lingo?
Yeah, I want the Caceres fight back. I would like that one. Or there's about to be a lot of stuff happening in the featherweight division. We got a bunch of people fighting. We got the Bryce Mitchell fight. Then we got the Barbosa fight. So the top 15 might be looking a lot different within a month. So whatever the UFC wants, they're gonna give me the best matchups because they know that I'm gonna bring the heat and whatever it's gonna happen. I'm gonna get what I deserve.
We've got a new interim champion. How impressed have you been with Yair Rodriguez?
It's hard to say. Max beat him. Now he's about to fight somebody to beat Max. But MMA math don't always work. So we'll see. It's the fight game. Anything can happen. That's why it's the best sport on planet Earth.
How far away is Volk from being the featherweight greatest of all time for you?
I can't. It's hard for me to think about shit like that because we're in the same division. To me, he's just another dude. Maybe when I'm done and look back on it, we'll say it. But as of right now, he's just another man at 145, and he's the champ now.
How do you look on somebody like Jose Aldo, who's not around anymore? Do you think he stands apart as the best featherweight?
I think he was the first one. I think that he did well. I think that he's a legend in Brazil. I think that everything he did helped the sport. But he's a man like anybody else. The fighter in me with the ego in me is like nobody's more than equal. You know what I mean?
Which moment are you most proud of in your career so far?
Uh, I got a highlight real like Evil Knievel, so it's hard to say that. Winning the championship over there in Ingushetia in Russia, meeting the president, going over there, meeting all those guys, coming to the UFC, putting that last fight on. I don't think anybody's ever done it the way I do it. Ain't nobody ready to knock somebody down, walk around the cage, and then come back and start hitting them again. That's get the fans going, the standing. If it's a 10,000 seats in the stands, there's not one needed. They're gonna be on their feet.
Why do you do this?
Why do I fight? I would say like the first time I ever tried to fight, I knew right then in that instant it brought me more fulfillment than anything else I could do on planet Earth. So with that, there's nothing else that's gonna fill that void.
Am I talking to the future champion?
We gonna see, baby. Put me in there with him. We're gonna see real quick.
We're going to wrap up with a little Sportskeeda quick fire about some of your UFC colleagues, if that's all right with you. So who's the hardest hitter, pound for pound, in the UFC?
We had to go with, we got to go with that DP, Dustin Poirier.
Best wrestler?
Gotta be Islam.
Who's the funniest?
Who's the funniest? That gotta be me. I might be the funniest.
Who's the most annoying?
Most annoying shit. Anybody, really, everybody. Probably Strickland.
Who's the best looking?
Shit, I'm about to go with my handsomeness right here with the little chain on.
Who's the best dressed?
Oh, that's McGregor all the way. You can't knock that man. My man got meals.
Who would make the best movie star?
I don't think any fighter is gonna make a good movie star, man. We ain't about pretending. I think that's a whole different kind of person right there.
Who would you most like to have dinner with?
I ain't having dinner with nobody in this fight game.
Fair enough, man. Who is the most interesting female fighter?
Gotta be Wiley Zane. She different, bro. It's like she from China. She got this. She come over here. She got a whole backstory. Everybody got a backstory, but it's a little bit different. It's probably a little bit, whole different culture and shit like that. Or, Rose. Rose is cold too.
Who's got the best hands?
The best hands? From what we've seen, it gotta be probably Max or Dustin.
Best fight IQ?
That's hard, man. I think maybe the new champ, Sweet Dreams, man. It might be him.
Who's got the coolest tattoos?
I don't know. I don't be looking at people like that. I don't know. Shit.
Fair enough, man. And who would you want by your side in a street fight?
Who I want by my side in a street fight, I had to go with rest in peace, man. Anthony Rumble, baby.
Who would you most like to get drunk with?
Get drunk with shit, probably McGregor, man. He got that money. He take us somewhere nice.
And finally, who would be your dream fight in any weight class, past or present?
Man, I always wanted when coming up, it was always Jose was the man. So I mean, that's the one.
Nate, it's been an absolute pleasure. Great to interview you. Good luck. Thanks a lot.
All right, bro. Appreciate it.